Hello, everyone.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to some more DualShock action. We're rocking out and back with some more Batman Arkham City.
It has been too long, my friend. Cheers, bro.
It's been a while.
Okay.
Oh, man, we get to pick the suit. All right, what suit are you partial to?
Okay. Animated Batman, huh? We'll just go with the game suit, I suppose.
Nah, I definitely used a lot of Batman Beyond, personally.
Yeah, so, that Suicide Squad game, am I right, dude?
So you really want to start this now?
We can talk a little bit about it, I guess. It just
Oh,
looks like shit to
man.
me. Haven't played it.
How the mighty have fallen. Rocksteady. What the fuck, man? I'm not going to go too much into it, but, I mean, this really went from my goated company to... I don't know.
No, I know. We're gonna probably save a lot of thoughts that we have on that in a different video, but
this
I
cape
mean,
looks so glossy.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Before Gotham Knights happened, this was my favorite company. Like, they really didn't make any wrong turns. They didn't make any missteps. Like, you know, we avert our eyes a little bit at Origins, but...
Stay where I can see you, Batman.
Hey, well, I can see you. This gun's full of piss.
For some reason, I don't remember us being here.
That's all that matters.
Is that weird?
It's been a while, dude, since we played this game.
It has, in fact, been a while.
Still, boy.
Dude, Nolan North.
I know, dude. Not the P gun.
Dude, as soon as it hits the testes, it's over.
Dude, yeah, yeah.
Fucking GG's.
That's the worst part of like adjusting to the water is like when you dip your toe in, then you're like, okay. Then you get to the knee, and then you're like, okay. And then the moment your testicles hit that freezing water, dude, it's over.
Love it. Yeah, man. It just feels like every company is kind of more or less going downhill. And I used to thought this would be the shining example or like the exception of just a company that could do no wrong. And even though Origins is not good, like it's the worst of the best. Like,
Sure.
I mean, that was Warner Brothers Montreal, so it's not really Rocksteady per se.
This is true.
But dude, as soon as Gotham Knights hit, I'm just like, you know, they made one misstep and then Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. Granted, I haven't played it. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
That's true. I haven't played it either.
I'll eventually force myself to get around to playing it, but out of everything I've been hearing, I haven't heard anything good, and it's just upsetting, man. Like,
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I feel like if you're gonna continue to produce games under Rocksteady's studios, I feel like you tackle things that aren't Batman per se. Like, I understand the approach of the Justice League, I get that. Kevin Conroy's last voice lines, but in such a throwaway game, you really you wasted it. You soiled it. Soiled it.
Well, in my opinion, the game franchise ended with Night, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
Even as weak as Arkham Origins is,
Oh shit.
I still had a time with it. You know, I still like it. Doesn't it's not as good
it's
as
obviously
these
the
games.
weaker ones of the core Arkham games, but even then, it's kind of just my biggest complaint with the game, besides obvious the performance issues with the PS3, is that it just feels more like this game, just copied over. But this game does a lot. Oh fucking shit! This game does a lot of things right, so it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, like Arkham Origins is still fun to play. Its combat is still fun. Not as good as City, obviously,
No.
but...
Which is interesting, and I made a full retrospective of Arkham Origins. They had all the assets. The Asylum in this game. The combat still feels worse. The gliding feels worse. How do you have everything handed to you and screwed up? That's not what we're getting on here. But my biggest gripe about Arkham Origins is it had potential.
Yeah, I didn't like Batman's voice either.
Yeah. I don't know why they. I mean,
It
this
just felt a little too, like, gravelly for me. And just a little too, like, I'm Batman-y. I don't know.
it felt like what the Lego Batman movie is, in a way.
Right.
Did you ever watch the Lego Batman?
Yeah.
It
movie?
reminds me of that.
Yeah, I know. Will Arnett's like joke on it. He's like,
Yeah.
I wrote this song in my car.
That's what it feels like for the whole game.
It does feel like that.
Joker's not bad.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't like how he's a fucking dick to Alfred either.
Yeah, that
Remember
was.
that? Or he's just like randomly was like, Alfred's like, you can't just do this one night. He's like, I'm gonna go out, Alfred. And I'm like, underneath the bridge.
Dude, man. I feel so weird about the Batman IP. Like, I want them to do stuff with it, but like, the biggest problem I keep running into is like,
Shit,
man,
wait,
I
you're
could have
not
wrote
gonna-
some better shit than this. Like, you know, I felt that way about Origins. I felt that way about Spider-Man 2. About, I'm like, you know, maybe I just think too highly of myself, because it's easy to see something and say I would have rather have done this versus making something from the ground up. You know, maybe I'm not giving these developers enough credit.
Right.
I don't know. Is it just me? Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know.
I don't know. You want to help me figure out where this fucking guy's calling me from?
Throw on the X-ray.
Trying to figure out where he's.
Is the guy in that ice on the wall? Get to the wall right there. You see that pill? No, go right. See that bar of ice right
Oh
there?
shit!
Get over to him. I'm gonna come.
That's too bad. Just walks away.
Looks like you'll be edging for the next 8 hours. Yeah, so you're gonna obviously grapple gun your little boat right there. Yeah,
I heard you the
motherfucker.
first 9 times.
I just didn't know where you were.
You know, bats are blind, not deaf, right? No, I'm just kidding.
That was good. I like that. Listen, dipshit. Did I get myself into your situation? No.
Yeah.
You're frozen. Okay.
Yeah.
Chill
I
out.
don't need the bat hearing aid. I can hear you.
Fuck yeah. Bro doesn't look like an officer. He looks more like a convict. Alright, well, we got him to safety. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll talk a little bit of love on this game, because this game does a lot of things right, even though it definitely does some things wrong.
Motherfuck, dude, another guy?
Yeah, it sounds like he's just...
Oh, over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to do a 2-for-1 special, I'm thinking.
I think so. But anyway, what you were saying?
This game doesn't make any major missteps or anything like that, but this game is definitely for the Batman fan. Like, if you don't know a lot about Batman, like, you're not gonna know what the fuck is going on. Asylum is the whole context for this game, but I mean, imagining, you know, Batman being poisoned because of Joker and him like rushing, and I honestly like that this game uses Hugo Strange. I like that a lot. Not a lot of IPs with Batman take advantage of Hugo Strange. I wish they used him in movies, actually.
Right. Where are we supposed to go first? Do you remember? Is it this way?
I think
Or no, we're supposed to go after Penguin, I'm assuming, right? He was back.
I don't know, because I think he has his ice gun right now.
That's true.
We'll take a gander. We'll take
You
a
want to go
look.
that? Yeah, let's go that way.
Take a look.
You know, I think these games surprisingly hold up really well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I just think my issue with this game in particular, when it comes to the core 3, right? Like we've said this before, I'm sure, when we played Asylum, but when we're talking about the core 3 games, why I think this is the weakest one is that, like, when you just focus on the main story, it's just a really surprisingly short. Like, I think they could have fleshed out the core story a bit more, but there's so much to offer in its side quests and you know, just like challenges and whatnot to do in its open world that, you know, it's great. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I just think the core game could have been a little longer. And I think everything that this game, shit.
Yeah, we need to get the disruptor.
That is correct.
This is futile.
This is futile. I love you, Kevin Conroy. You will always be my Batman.
But I just feel like everything this game does, Knight kind of perfects. So it somewhat undermines this game in a way.
Yeah, it's guilty of being a stepping stone.
Right. But at the time when this came out, you're like,
dude.
holy shit, like what a fucking step up in an idea from Asylum, you know?
This game was like a fan fiction for like just Batman fans. And I mean, honestly, like in most games, I would say, okay, you could have hurried the plot up along a little faster. But in this case, I'm like, you guys should have dragged this shit out a little bit, if anything.
Yeah.
I like that each area of the map feels like boss arenas and stuff like that. Like, you can tell...
Oh no, what are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm gonna call my mom.
Ma-
don't call the Bat Mom.
Wait, she's dead. Fuck. It just starts crying in the corner.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Oh god. Yeah, this game doesn't do anything egregious, but oh shit. The combat's so good, the challenge maps are so good. The gliding feels great for like
Why would you get rid of this combat system in both Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad? That just baffles me. Why in the hell would you not just continue to perfect this combat system? Like,
I know. I mean, with Arkham Knight, they really reached 11. Like, they really turned the dials up to the highest. Like, the stealth is at some of its best. I mean, you could maybe argue that Arkham Asylum's atmosphere, like, aids to the stealth feeling better in Asylum. I can totally understand that. But Arkham Knight's stealth is no slouch either. The combat's faster, harder, hits heavier. There's more mechanics, there's more takedown systems, there's just more going on. Even though you could say this game is undermined by Knight, not that much, because it's still just so good.
like it doesn't make it less fun, you know?
No, if this game's at a 10, Arkham Knight's at an 11. It just pushes the envelope a bit more, I would say. But wow, man, like, I really like, you know, traversing through all these spots, like, you know, the idea of Arkham Asylum being too overfilled, so we had a dedicated city to the criminals is a little weird. Like,
Yeah.
just the line of thinking is a little weird, but
Yeah, because there's a lot of questions that go into that. It's like, okay, so keep the power going in the city? Like, do you supply them with food? Like, how the fuck would that work? You know what I mean? Like, if you turn an entire city
Yeah, what are
or a
the
section of a
logistics?
city into, oh shit.
Oh.
Order.
choke me, daddy. So, mind if I give you a round of applause? Yeah, like thinking of the logistics of this game is a little weird to get behind. But I like seeing like under the surface level of all the repurposed like architecture. Like, yeah, this was a museum that got taken over, and like it's, I don't know, it's just a cool visual.
Yeah.
It feels a little cheap that we're not just in Gotham and like.
Did you see any of the, sorry,
No, you're good.
did you see any of the cartoon, like the animated shows after Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
What would you say was your favorite post Batman Beyond?
The
'Cause
Batman.
there's like the Batman, the Brave and the Bold, right?
The Batman for sure.
I don't think I ever watched that one.
That's good. I like it, especially the first two seasons.
How far did they get, and did they like finish it out?
I don't know if they finished it out, but I want to say there was 4 seasons. I could be
How
wrong.
do I take this guy out, dude?
You have to bat stun him, I think.
Do I?
I think so.
I want to get the. Oh shit! What?
There
we
you
go. I forgot
Yep.
about the. There we go.
The one thing that threw me off is they change how you deal with knife-based enemies
In this game?
Yeah,
I'm fucking dead. Here, you take over,
and I
bro.
forget how to switch in between the two. Like which game desires what moveset.
It was going to be
So with those newer like animated shows like The Batman compared to like the animated series, do they do like different takes on like backstories on the villains and stuff? Like what separates that from like the original animated series? You
Yeah,
would say?
so they introduced a new character, Detective Ian. She is part of GCPD, and at first she's very opposed to Batman. She's very like, you know, like he's no good for this town, like, you know, law enforcement, such and such and such. How do I? Okay, perfect.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
I missed it. Fuck.
I practiced this like 20 times.
My slab cancels are kind of ass.
Yeah.
yeah, Detective Ian. And then there is Clayface, which is different. It's not, what is his name? Something about looking into Batman in the camera looks a little weird.
He's like, you really don't know.
What is
He's like looking at you.
What is Clayface's name?
I forget. I thought it was like Quincy something, or am I wrong? I probably am wrong.
It's not Quincy. God, this is gonna bother me. But
I don't have my phone on me.
yeah, instead of it being that, it is what's it called? Detective Ethan Bennett, someone else on the GCPD. And he was actually brainwashed by Joker, or being tortured by Joker, and gets turned into Clayface because the Joker exposes him to some like toxic chemicals or something like that, and that's what turns him into Clayface. And he has to like decide between like playing things by the law and continuing to be a cop, or going down the path of being Clayface instead.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty cool. And then, like, you know, but Bruce actually has a personal connection to Ethan Bennett. Like, they were friends. Like, oh shit, right, I have to fucking protect him. You fucking bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. There's Commissioner Gordon shows up later, because the thing about Batman that's weird is they had like a Batman Intellectual Property Act or something like that, where fuck man, I'm trying to do the wrong thing right now. I'm a little rusty, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. It's been a while.
Yeah, so the thing with the Batman Intellectual Property is they did not want the same characters on the screen at the same time as... Oh, fuck. Whatever. How do I dodge that? Can
I don't know.
I think I just have
Just
to...
jump
fly-
over 'em, I
yeah,
think?
that's
Yeah.
the only way. Or whatever. Yeah, so the Batman Intellectual Property Act is based around... They don't want the same characters on the screen as other series or movies. So if they're using Two-Face in a movie like The Dark Knight, Two-Face cannot be in an animated version of the Batman, because they thought that viewers were dumb and it would confuse them, because they would like, oh, it's like the same universe, so why is this Two-Face like this and why is this Two-Face like this? But you'll notice in the Batman, Commissioner Gordon looks a lot like fuck, who's the actor that plays him in The Dark Knight?
Gary Oldman.
Yes, thank you.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, so in the Batman, he looks awfully similar to Gary Oldman, and they did that intentionally.
You know what's kind of interesting though? I'm thinking about a little bit is that most of the villains, Batman calls them by like their actual name.
Yeah, because
He's like Victor, or he'll call them like Cobblepot, but he doesn't call them. He doesn't call Joker by his real name
because he doesn't know.
He doesn't know who he is, right? But that's probably why. That's why Joker's like the most interesting villain in the Batman universe, is because they both are similar in that way, where they don't know who each other are. You know? Do you think that if Joker found out who Batman was, or Batman found out who the Joker really was, that would ruin the dynamic between the characters?
There are comic iterations where Joker does find out who Bruce is, but he chooses to ignore it because he wants his game to continue.
Like, there's that one scene in this game where Harley goes to take off Bruce's mask. We saw that earlier in this playthrough, and Joker said, don't do it, because he didn't want to spoil the fun.
So in a comic line, I think it's Batman White Knight. I could be wrong. It could be a completely different comic. It refers back to old school Batman, where he's using, like, the Batboat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're talking about, it's like, oh, I found a playing card in the Batboat or something like that. And he's like, oh, no, that's not possible. No one could have held their breath that long and possibly, like, you know, expose me.
Right.
So he's thinking it's Joker. Because obviously the playing card and whatnot.
Right.
He's like, but Bruce confronts Joker. He's like, oh, you could have found out who I was. You were able to do that, but you didn't want it to end.
Right.
And
like the idea of the game was more interesting.
Exactly. So I mean, there's a
So, in your opinion, do you think if the Joker character would do that, that would ruin the dynamic between the two characters? For
absolutely
you?
because I mean, as he said in the animated series, without Batman, crime like has no punchline.
Right.
When he thinks the Batman's dead.
Right.
And finding out Batman's true identity is essentially like killing Batman's him, I would say. There's iterations of the comics, which definitely is Batman White Knight, where Joker has the alternate identity of Jack Napier.
Yeah.
And the whole thing Batman White Knight is playing with is the idea of Joker becoming sane again. And Joker becomes sane. He files a lawsuit on GCPD, saying like Batman's like super duper reckless. Like I'm filing a lawsuit, and he has a winning case going on.